Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another GT Sport drift setup video. This one's another request. It's come from Cross13 and he's asked if I can do the MP4-12C. I said yes, as always. So here we are. It's another very usable drift car. It can get a little bit wild at times. Not quite as consistent as some of the Ferraris, but it's still a good one to add to the collection. I do just quickly want to say I hope you're enjoying the new content I've been putting up lately. The month in games that I put up the other day, it's a series that I want to continue with, so it'd be great to hear your feedback down below. Also, make sure to drop me a like, it really helps these videos grow. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. We've got new content like this coming out all the time. What I'll do now is take you straight over to the settings and I'll explain this build a little bit further. So with the McLaren, I've taken a slightly different take on this one. Normally I'm putting the power all the way up on most of these builds. With this one, I haven't touched it at all. I've actually left it on level 1 there, and I've just taken the ratio all the way up to 110%. That in itself gives you 660 brake horsepower. There is obviously much more scope to play with this. If you want more power, by all means just go for it. But I found that actually on level 1 it seems to work quite nicely. Weight reduction wise, I've taken it to level 3 there and dropped it to 89%, which leaves you 1,201 kilograms. Again, you can take a little bit more off. I just couldn't see the point in spending the 600 mileage points there on a few kilograms, but it is completely up to you, but it seems to work fine just as it is. Traction control is set to 0, just like normal. Comfort hards, both front and rear. Brake balance I've left at 0. Now ride height, as always, is just lowered all the way down to the bottom there at 75 and 75. The frequency I've played around with on this one. You've got 2.05 on the front and 2.1 on the back. Anti-roll bar, 7 on the front, 6 on the rear. And the compression and the rebound, I believe, stayed the same, but just double check that with yours. But 55, 55 and 85 and 85. Camber angle on the front is set to 3.5 and on the rear is 1.2. Toe angle on the front is set out 0.3 and in 0.25 on the rear. Downforce you can't play with on this car. The differential, again, I can't remember if I changed that or not, but just make sure you copy that over. That's 10, 40 and 20. And with the transmission, I've set that to the seamless shift transmission and set the maximum speed to 180 and just left it as it is. Now this one's in miles per hour. Obviously if you've got kph you'll have to convert it over, but that should be everything you need really to get out and get drifting. As always, use this setup as a base. It's a good place to start and it seems to work well for me, but everyone has their own styles when it comes to drifting on GT Sport, so just play around with it until you're happy with it. I'll leave you now with some more footage of me messing around with the McLaren, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Chuki.